Okay, ready?
Ooh, there's a Starbucks right there. I mean, I'm not going, but I'm just saying.
Fun fact, that's the Starbucks that I stood outside of and cheered with you with Stephanie as you ran down Ball Road.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Because I saw the hill over here. And really what I was thinking as you were walking back to the hotel was, tomorrow when I walk back, that'll be the last time I walk Harbor Boulevard before we come to run down it, because on my next trip, I won't be on Harbor at all.
Oh, that's right, because we're staying on the other side.
Yep. Yeah. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then my brain translated that to Cornelia Street and was like, I'll never walk Cornelia Street again. So
to all who come to our happy place, welcome to the No Guilt Disney podcast, where we have no guilt about our love for all things Disney and Taylor Swift.
Well, we are three Disney fangirls who probably know more about the Disney parks than most grown women should. And we're perfectly okay with that.
Perfectly okay with that, but we're only two for this weekend trip.
Only two.
And you might notice something about the background here. We are not at home at either one of our homes, and we're also together. So this is double exciting.
Super exciting.
We are at Disneyland, and we came specifically to see Rogers, which we will talk about in the next episode. So pay attention, come back, hit subscribe, do all those things so that you can hear what we thought. If we liked it, did we like it?
Sorry. I'm kidding. I loved it.
It's amazing. It was amazing.
So good.
So good, y'all. Okay. But what is also so good and that we are so in love with right now is we are currently staying at the Howard Johnson Anaheim, right off of Harbor Boulevard, which is what Jane was referring to with this little map. She noticed that
I didn't realize we were recording.
I did. You got to get Jane when she's at her best, and that's when she doesn't know that she's recording. So right up here is a Starbucks, and I had to point out to her that that's where I cheered for her for one of the half marathons that she ran and I didn't run. And we're geeking out a little bit because runDisney's coming back, and a lot of you guys are looking for places to stay and wanting to know what's your best options, particularly when it comes to getting back and forth to the parks, getting back and forth to the runs, where's the run going to go by, all of those things. And the Howard Johnson, like, we got to say, this is a pretty solid option if that's what you're looking for. And we're here to tell you about that. First of all, we got to say thanks to the Howard Johnsons. They put us up for the weekend and they hosted us for this little excursion,
whirlwind trip
this
we have.
In and out kind of situation, which we'll talk about here a little bit more about what we've been doing. But it has been fabulous and fantastic. And, they gave us this little sweet card telling us how much they appreciated us coming. And I got this adorable little, like, it's in theme.
It's so cute.
What is this?
It's the mid-century modern.
I'm really bad with that kind of stuff, but I love this. I love the look. I love the theme. I love everything. And this is from Buckle Down. So thank you, Buckle Down. Thank you, HoJo. It's adorable. And I can't wait to wear that. Okay. So here we are. What do we want to tell people about this? I think we should talk first about location because we've already kind of touched on that. So let's dive into location.
Yeah. So with location, and there's a couple of things, right? So if you have never been to Disneyland before, it is very different than Florida. The majority of the hotels are actually off property, but the off-property hotels are literally on top of property. So
they're closer to walk to than close. The property hotels. Like, it's
correct.
It's the dirty little secret at Disneyland that nobody tells you.
Correct.
But we're going to tell you.
So if you're looking for an option that's outside on Disneyland, there's Harbor Boulevard, which is basically the main road right next to Disneyland. So I'm going to hold up this map again. You gave us this fancy map. And it's really great.
I'll hold it so you guys can see it.
It's hard now so we are here at the HoJo Anaheim. And this, as you can see, is Disneyland, and this is Disney California Adventure. So this walk here is how far it is to get in. Like, that is how you enter. There is, that's where the buses drop off if you come from other parts of Anaheim. Like, there's a whole bus loop that'll pick you up at a lot of different places around
there's
town.
Buses that'll pick you up from here, but you don't need it.
You don't need them.
You don't need it. I timed it.
And wait longer.
You'll wait longer for the bus than if you just were to walk it. I timed it from the moment I walked out of our building, which, by the way, we're in building 2, which is kind of in the back of the Howard Johnson. And I timed it from the moment I walked out of my building all the way to where I got to the crosswalks where you're basically on Disneyland property. And it was 6 minutes, y'all. 6 minutes. So to actually walk into and be on the Esplanade, which is the space where Disneyland's on one side and California Adventures on the other, to get into the Esplanade is what, 8 minutes max?
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. It's so
super
close.
fast.
It's
and
super
we're
fast.
not fast walkers.
No.
You
If
know,
you've seen us in our races, you know.
we're not winning.
We're not winning. So yeah, not even like a speed walker. So if you've got legs on you and you are one of those, like if you're a balloon lady, Heather, we know that you can make it like back and forth pretty dang quick. So yeah, we wanted to highlight first of all and foremost, like where the location is. It's a good location. Secondly, and I'll talk about this more a little bit later, I also feel like it's a very safe location.
Mhm.
At least I was here last night by myself. Jane did not get in till late. She'll tell you about that whole situation. But I was going back and forth from the parks by myself last night. Never had a flinch, a question, a concern. Like it was easy and it felt good. And so I think that's important, you know, when you're bringing your family, or if you're not, if you're just coming by yourself, either way, like just safety, y'all, and be careful.
And especially with Run Disney, we're getting up at
early.
I mean, we're not getting up at, you know, we're walking at 2:00 in the morning in the races. It's not like that. You can go a little longer unless they change it.
Yeah.
But you're still walking in a town at 3:00 in the morning.
4:00 in the morning.
Or 4:00 in the morning.
4.
And there will, of course, be tons of other people that are doing it. But, you know, a lot of people, it's a new place if you've never been here before.
Mm-hmm.
And so it is, like, at least it is safe and it is close to get to where we need to go.
And if you haven't been to Disneyland before, one thing you do need to recognize is that it is in the middle of a city, a real working city with all its problems and all its issues and all of that. Where if you're used to going to Disney World, you're in that Disney bubble. You're going to be outside of the bubble here. But that's also why we wanted to address it and bring it up, that it felt fine. It felt good. This morning, again, when we got up and we went, 0 issues, 0 problems, like easy peasy. So all good things as far as location is concerned. What else is there to tell about here?
Well, I was going to say, I arrived super late last night. I got in at like 12:30-ish. And even just the Uber drop-off, they were very careful about letting us through. There's gated parking.
Yes.
So they were like, who are you? He was like, oh, I'm dropping off. They were like, who is it? You know, we need to know. Are you checking in? Whatever. So they're really like checking who's here. And
Yeah.
I you know, appreciated the extra 30 seconds of them verifying versus, you know, just letting anybody come and go. So in terms of safety, I thought it was great. And then you mentioned quick that we are in building 2. And so building 2 is like further back from the front of the property. And it's great. It's super quiet here. We're in a renovated room, which we love. And so I had to walk through property and I didn't feel unsafe walking through property. So I think
it's lovely.
What's important.
Yeah. And that's also something to point out. It's like 7 acres. I think they said the whole property is like 7 acres, which sounds huge. It didn't feel huge. It doesn't feel like you're wandering to get from point A to point B.
Not
like
at all.
Everything's a very quick walk around here, but it's also very beautiful. They've got some nice gardens going on. The pools, there's 2 pools. We're going to check out the fun pool tomorrow. But
there's a kids water playground.
Yeah. I'm like actually looking at our pool right now going, maybe we go hang out there for a little bit afterwards. So yeah,
we're not. At least I'm not. She can go, but I'm not.
We got
I'm going
Disneyland
to
to do.
this thing called Disneyland.
We got Disneyland.
She yells at me for not going to Disney World when I live there, but we're going to come here to California and she's going to be like, oh, let's go in the pool. No.
Listen, it's hot. It's summer. Okay, anyway. HoJo. Back to HoJo. Our room is decorated in the, let's say it again, mid-century.
It's still mid-century modern.
Hasn't changed since we first mentioned it. And this has been renovated recently. Building 1 is also renovated.
Yes.
So if you guys are booking here, and we'll actually have some more detailed information, I'll put all those links for you, as I always do, in the show notes. But one of those links will actually be an affiliate link. If you are looking to book here, go ahead and use that affiliate link, book. We make a little something, you know, courtesy of HoJo, not courtesy of you. And that will also get you set up for whatever next Disneyland adventure you are heading to. However, you will also probably want to call. I would suggest calling and asking for building 1 or building 2.
Yeah, they actually suggest it. So they say, hey, make your reservation, then call and just confirm, hey, I want to be in building 1 or building 2. I haven't stayed here in, I want to say 10 years, but that's a big old lie. I think it's like 15 years.
It's been 10 years for me. I know I stayed here for like 2 nights in 2012.
And it was great when I stayed here that time. But I've never stayed in one of these renovated rooms. And like when we came in, and we will also link to a full room tour. So you can see the full room tour and some photos and all that good stuff. But we're not going to like carry a laptop around and be weird.
Show you everything.
But I walked in and the first thing I said to her was, oh my God, this room is huge. And if you are a listener of the podcast, you know, I'm a DVC owner. I'm also incredibly difficult with my choices. And so I have a certain requirement of places I stay. And I came in and I was like, this place, I was like, it's great. I was like, this room, first of all, is huge because Patty and I are both slobs, even though you wouldn't know it. And
we're angled at a certain, so you can't see all of our stuff. But I think we have some video of some of that because we are going to show you, like, the bathroom is huge. And the countertop is huge. Jane brings a whole, like, you don't look this cute by nature. Like, you have to bring a whole arsenal. Am I telling secrets?
No, it's more so that I look like I just came out of 100-degree whatever.
So like, you're so cute. Anyway,
this is not. It takes work to look better than this.
She has a lot of stuff that she travels with, and then it kind of has rubbed off on me. Everything. My husband's always like, "What is Jane having you buy now?" I'm like, well, dear,
it's what I do.
It's what she does.
If you'd like to spend money, call.
This is your girl. Anyway, so we'll link all of that. You guys will get to see like all those fun details. But yeah, the room is huge. This is a 2 queen bed room. You can also rent a rollaway.
Yes, there's plenty of room for a rollaway in here.
So you can sleep 5 in these bedroom in these rooms at the HoJo. So just keep that in mind. You can get a crib for free. The rollaway is going to cost you what, $15, $17 a night, something like that. So. But you can do it if you like to come with a big group, or if you have a bigger family and you just need that extra space. And I think there's space for it easily.
And my big thing about particularly race weekends is I know a lot of people, you come on vacation. And so obviously when I'm in Florida, it's very different. I can just go to the race, go home and be done with it. And I don't need to go to the parks because I live there and I can go anytime I want, right? When I come to Disneyland, it's a little bit different. I do more park time, but I don't actually park on usually the day before the half marathon. I'll do a little bit just to like stretch my legs out, but it's like, oh, I'll go for an hour. And then I spend most of my time in the hotel. And so it's important to have a hotel where you feel at home, like I can watch TV. There's plenty of room. If I was sharing this room, because a lot of us do share our hotel rooms. I do. When we do race weekends, there's always 3-4 of us in a room, maybe 2 of us, whatever. But you could easily do 5 people in this room and not feel cramped, and also have your stuff, because race weekends, lots of clothes, extra changes, race outfits, right? All the things you have with you, plus 75 pounds of makeup. And this room will be able to support it.
It will. So all that to be said, we've been so comfortable, and I slept great last night.
That was super comfortable, and the pillows too, because I'm very particular about my pillows. I usually bring my own. Yeah.
So there was 4 pillows on each bed. I mean, it's just, guys, it's the real deal. So if you are looking for someplace, can highly recommend it. Jane was texting me last night, and she was like, I don't know if my bag is going to make it on the plane. She's on the plane. Her plane's running late as it was. She's watching out the window for her to see her bag get loaded, and she didn't see it. And she was freaking out a little bit.
So I fly Delta, and Delta always texts you when your bag is on board. And I didn't get that text. And I was like, oh my gosh, where is my bag? And they were like, the cabin door is closed and we're preparing for takeoff, blah, 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 this, that, the other. And I was like, where is my bag? And I didn't want to be the person that winds up on TikTok in a video that screams about where is my bag. And I didn't want to be that person. But
we didn't want you to be that person either.
I have also come to Disneyland before and had my bag get lost.
I've had that happen too.
So I also note, do not check your race things in your checked bag. So that didn't happen to me on a race weekend, but it did happen to me on my Christmas holiday trip. And that, at least I arrived in the morning. And so I arrived in the morning and they allowed us, you know, they gave us an allowance to buy clothes and toiletries and things of that nature. But my biggest concern was, oh my gosh, I'm arriving. It's 12:30 at night. There's really no place for me to go. Where am I going to go? Like, I could sleep in my clothes, obviously, but then what do I do in the morning? Like, if my bag doesn't arrive by the morning, then what am I going to do? Now, mind you, none of this happened, but I went through a whole scenario in my head. As it turns out, we got here and the store downstairs is like a full store. So they have lounge flies. Like, I was like, oh, like, I mean, I had my lounge fly with me, but like, if I didn't, I could get one.
There's a cute cap one.
There is a cute cap one. They had t-shirts. They had everything. I was like, oh. Usually when you come to a hotel, you're like, oh, maybe they'll have a small place that has some toiletries and a handful of snacks. So this was a full store and tons of park merchandise. There's a sweatshirt down there that I absolutely love. That's like Evil Queen. That I was like, why do I love this?
Listen, there's a retro like Howard Johnson's logo that I'm obsessed with. I think that's part of like my Disneyland love is I love like the 1950s vibe
retro
and stuff. The retro of it.
Yeah,
it totally is. And so am I going to buy a Howard Johnson shirt? Like, stay tuned because the next video you might see me in that. Yes. I mean, literally, it's so cute and it got me. So I love a good theme.
We do love a good theme around these parts.
So yeah, there's
no.
So yeah, there was the options. Like if she had to, she could have actually done some shopping to get her by until her bag showed up easily. There's also food down there. There's souvenirs down there. Pretty much, I mean, and they had all kinds of like, you know, like all the like
they had
medicines and stuff, like, you know, the over the counter stuff. All of that was down there. So if you
souvenirs, they had park candy. I saw park candy pillows. There's one of those that I was like, oh, I've been looking at that for my house.
Super cute. It's super cute.
See if that comes home with me.
Well, my shirt, your pillow.
I mean, we've got
we're sold. Yeah, so that was definitely an option. We didn't have to use it. We did get some drinks there this morning because the drinks here were way cheaper than drinks at Disneyland. So we did do that. But yeah, that was a good option to see. And then they have just like, you know, other small little things like on Saturday mornings. We saw this morning as we were looking at the store. There's a complimentary face and glitter tattoo thing that they do. Which
I was gonna do it.
She was.
But I thought it was all day. And then we came back and it was too late and it was already done. But it's like 8:30 to 10:30 on Saturdays.
Which makes sense if you've got kids or kids and you're going to the parks in the morning, like, you know, get it done before you go into the parks, right? So we missed out though. But next time.
Next time.
Jane's going to come back and get her glitter face
There were
tattoo.
so many options. There was a Spider-Man one. I was like, oh, I'm going to get a Spider-Man tattoo.
I figured you would just get a heart over your eye.
No, I already did my lover costume. We're done with that. We're in our Reputation era.
Oh, sorry. I got to keep up, y'all. All right, so that's Howard Johnson's. Anything else you want to talk about that we love? I mean, there'll be more. Read all these links that we're going to throw out there for you guys. But if you have any questions,
we're here. Ask us.
And where can you find us to ask?
You can find us in our Facebook group. It's called No Guilt Disney. And you can email us, noguiltdisneypod@gmail.com. Do we want to talk about this Skyline Terrace?
Please be careful with that. That's a very valuable coaster that I got for $90.
$90.
Would y'all like to hear about that? Okay, so yes. When Jane was on the plane flying home, I was in Disneyland. And as anybody that's listened to this podcast knows, I love fireworks, but I don't need like the firework experience, meaning I don't want to sit on Main Street shoved next to a bunch of people sweaty, hot, annoying people who then put their kids on their shoulders and I can't see anything anyway, to watch the show. But I like to participate. I like fireworks. I like to see them booming up in the skies. So I went ahead and I booked because I knew Jane would not spend money on this because she's smarter than I am at times. But I booked.
I also really want my direct castle shot. I want to be where the people are.
She
I mean, not really, but yes.
Yes. Yeah, she loves that. So I went to this. This is the Skyline Terrace Dinner in the Stars.
I'll show them
at Disneyland.
And it says Tomorrowland. Look.
In Tomorrowland, right? Okay.
How exciting.
Exactly. So I booked this and I did hesitate. I will admit that I was one of those things where I was like, is this worth it? It's a lot of money. It was $90, y'all, 89 something or other, but $90. I don't think I got a Magic Key discount either. I may have. I'll have to look at that and let you know. Blog post link, you'll find it to get the more details on it. But yeah, so I went and I did this last night by myself. Walked over to Disneyland, got there right around 6:30, 7 o'clock, and tried to figure out where to go. So I pulled up the app. The app kept crashing on me, so I couldn't read there. My confirmation email from Disneyland did not give me any details as like where to go, what to do, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, okay, now what? So I went to the website. The website said to go to 2 different places to check in, and then the cast members there would give you instructions. I'm like, cool, I know where both of those places are. Easy peasy, I'll go there. All right, so what this is, first of all, it's a location to sit and watch your fireworks that also comes with a meal.
So it's a dinner package.
The dinner package.
Okay.
Correct. It's a dinner package. No characters.
It's a preferred fireworks view dining package.
That's what it is. Yes. And to me, it appeals because, like I said, I don't like to wait. I don't like to be down there. And I like having some place where I can sit in a chair and watch my fireworks. Mm-hmm. So I paid for it. I looked at the menu. I personally wasn't like super excited about the menu, but it was different than it's not burgers and fries. Kids menu did have chicken tenders.
Oh, nice.
Yes, I can eat there. You can eat there. But for $90, I didn't take the chicken tenders because I felt like for $90, I'm not going to pay for the chicken tenders. Like I'm going to get one of the meals and try the meals. So again, blog post is going to have a lot more detail on that along with some video and whatever explanation of what was good, was about, whatever. Overall, though, I want to talk about the experience that I had at this event. For those of you that are coming, if this is still running for the Disneyland Half Marathon weekend, so this is something to put on your, I want to do something special to celebrate list, possibly. I have a mixed review. I mean, as you probably have fed into this and understood, I didn't love it for the price. Jane was getting texts from me where I was like, can you believe this?
Yes.
And yeah, so what it comes with, food. They literally talk about this cardboard one coaster as something that you get for your $90, people. Like that's a perk.
Okay, but I am going to break this down a little bit.
Okay.
All right, ready? So you do get this beauty.
Which he's cute.
He's very cute. And it's either him or Darth Vader, the Darth Vader mug situation. I think they don't even address them directly in it. They just say it's like a
They literally call it like a drink receptacle or something crazy like that. Because what if they don't have Baby Yodas when you're there? They don't want to promise you something that they can't give you. But I had the choice between Baby Yoda and a Darth Vader mug.
And to be fair, this Baby Yoda sipper is $30 and comes with a bottle of water, Coke, whatever, on its own. So,
but yeah, like right there, themed drink coaster. Themed drink coaster. Like they put this coaster on to get you excited about paying $80. Wow. Oh, yeah. A commemorative beverage novelty.
Oh, this is a commemorative beverage novelty.
That's Disney speak for this. Okay.
But $30. So if you pay $90 and if you love this, $30 of it is this item. So now you're down to $60. And then you say, okay, look at the food options. And this is kind of always how I justify these things. And I say,
fair.
All right, so if I was going to buy dinner or this dinner, right? So for chicken tenders, I'm going to look at that and be like, I can buy that for $12 because I eat a kid's meal. I don't need anything more. So that to me is only worth $12. Now, if you're an adult, you get a bigger portion. It's a $17 meal or whatever it is. So let's take $20 off on that. And so now you're down to $40. And so really for the rest of it, it's, is this worth $40? Which is my time worth $40? And is that space worth $40? Is it?
You are good at this.
You asked me to rationalize the price of anything, I've got you.
Because now I'm
Call me to spend money.
I'm like, okay, I feel good. I made a really good choice. Yay, thank you, Jay. Except that I wouldn't have bought this. I wouldn't have bought the zipper. Like, I just don't like things. You guys know me. I don't do things, but
she doesn't. And so, by the way, if you want this zipper, come join us in our Facebook group. We're going to give it away because she doesn't want it. And I don't either. No offense. I love it. It's adorable.
It's
I just
really
don't have
cute.
space for it.
Yeah.
So she's like, what are we going to do with this? I was like, well, we're going to give it to a good home.
We're going to give it to a listener. So anybody that's listening, watching, come join our Facebook group and we'll have this giveaway up for you at some point. Yeah. Jane will,
this month of August, we'll do it.
Jane will send it to you. Yeah, exactly. So now that you've like broken it down a little bit more, I can see for $40,
right,
this works.
Space.
This works. It's space. Now,
if it's one person, right? If then you're talking about if you have a family and it's 4 people, you're like, I'm paying $160. Is that really worth it? Not
correct.
Sure.
You've got to, you got to decide what you see. So what this came with was an entree with a side. It did come with a dessert, a specially themed non-alcoholic beverage with a glow cube, and I know people love their glow cubes. Again, not me, but people do. The kids were loving the glow cube. They were so excited with their drinks. So and then you get unlimited drinks, bottled water, or hot chocolate while you're watching your fireworks.
Soft drinks. There's no alcohol included in this.
No alcohol.
It's in Disneyland. They're not.
Yeah, they're not doing that. I mean, you saw that they're doing, some of the restaurants are getting
They
alcohol.
But
for this particular sitch, no alcohol. And then the novelty, a themed credential, just a little lanyard. I don't know where that went. And then, this. Does anybody want that? You know what? We'll give this away too.
I'm not even going to ask you guys to like fake your enthusiasm over this piece of cardboard.
I'm just kidding. No, it's so flimsy. It's not even like a good cardboard. But anyway, that's on the list of the things that you get for $89. So what the deal is you show up and you go over to the Galactic Grill and there's a kiosk there and the cast members will check you in and tell you what to do next. Here's where I ran into some problems. And this is not like to be mad at any cast members anywhere. I just don't think they were trained properly. He gave me the wrong information. And I specifically asked, where do I go once I get my food? Because this was kind of like the kicker is you go and you pick up your food at a quick service window and then you have to walk over to where this location is for your fireworks viewing and your eating and your dining. The uncomfortable part of this is that this is all happening at like 7:00, which is a prime food eating time at Disneyland. It's also at the Galactic Grill area. There's a live character dance party that's going on, which was adorable. But if you've ever tried to carry a tray of food past a bunch of kids running back and forth to get to this dance party,
it's like a video game.
It is. It was total Frogger. Like my 80s skills came back into play because it was I could see a potential for it to be a problem. And then you have to walk all the way back. It sounds like I'm being dramatic, but it is a fair distance. It's not super close. What I asked him was where this is located is in the building that once upon a time, what's the show at Disney World that used to be here that's now there that was at the World's Fair? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Why am I drawing the blank?
Carousel of Progress?
Thank you.
Oh.
Carousel of Progress, that building, which then got turned into like Launch Bay, Star Wars, and it was Lounge. Marvel at one point. Now it is a DVC lounge. Mm-hmm. So when I asked the cast member, I was like, hey, where do I go after I get my food? Like, what do I do next? He was like, oh, you just walk over there to that ramp and there'll be a cast member and he'll send you on your way. I was like, that ramp right there? And he was like, yes. I said, the one that says Launch Bay? He says, yes. I said, the one that says DVC Lounge? He says, yes, that one. There'll be a cast member there. And I'm like,
I wonder if there's two different things. I wonder if there's a DVC version of this and a Skyline version of this.
It's not on the website or the app, so I don't know. But
I should probably know this.
The DVC Lounge was roped off. So I don't think it was open at this time. So anyway, I get my food. I walk over there and discover no. And also no signage, no indication of where I'm supposed to go. I know Disneyland. I know that there's another entrance. I know that there's another like ramp that heads up to, because it's an outdoor seating in this building. So and you can see it. Like when you walk up, you can see the chairs and you can see the people sitting up there. So I know, and I'm like, I got to get up there. And there's an entrance down here. I'll go down here. Okay, cool. So I walk down to that area, and there is a cast member standing there, but he has no like signage, again, no indication of this is where you're supposed to go. So this is the FYI, the heads up for anybody who is booking this package anytime soon. If there's no signage, what you're looking for is right next to Pizza Planet. There is a ramp entrance that takes you up this gently sloping ramp that'll take you up to where you're going to sit and you're going to eat. And there should be somebody standing there. Again, he had no sign, no nothing, no indication that he was who I needed, but I walked up, he was like, hi, are you lost? And I was like, I don't know, am I? And I had my lanyard on, so he knew where I needed to go. So he pointed me in the right direction, and I was on my way. So I get up to the top, they seat me, I have a great seat, everything from that point on, goes pretty smoothly, like no major complaints. But it was just kind of like the logistics of getting there. And so a heads up, like if you are a family and you have like little kids with you and you're also juggling drinks and stuff, ask a cast member. Didn't you say?
Yeah, ask a cast member if you need help, because you're traipsing pretty much all the way across Tomorrowland, right?
Yeah.
We're not all the way, but like
halfway across
Galactic World's on one side and like Pizza Planet's on another. And obviously there's traffic and people.
Yes.
I was saying to her, I can't imagine if I was like a single mom pushing a stroller and trying to carry this, like it would just be a lot.
But you can ask the cast members
at
the Galactic Grill, at the quick service, and
they'll
help you.
Yeah.
So they'll find somebody to come and help you walk over there. So that's a PSA for anybody who does book this. If you need help, ask for it. But I went in, I sat down, and I had a good experience. What I loved about this, what appealed to me, was I was able to sit down and eat. I had my meal, which was pretty good. Again, links. I'll have more of a review there. The meal was fine. And when I was done, I could leave and my seat was going to still be waiting for me. What they do is once you are assigned a number table, a seat, it is yours for the rest of the night. So from 7 to 10 o'clock, that was my seat. So if you are there again with your family, with your kids, they had things up there like board games and some cornhole and stuff like that. So they had like stuff to do. If you just wanted to hang out up there, you totally could and just people watch or whatever. But I left. I went and I did some shopping and then came back about 30 minutes before the fireworks were getting ready to go off. And when I came back up, I was immediately greeted by one of the cast members who had like a cute little board sign and a frame, where you stick your head, you hold it up, you stick your head in the middle. And she was like, do you want pictures? And I was like, yeah, I want pictures. Have you met me? She hadn't met me. Yes, I want pictures. So I took some really cute pictures. So that was nice because again, they were from a view that you don't usually get. I had Space Mountain in the back of one picture and Matterhorn in the back of another. And, she was great. She was like taking all these different angles. And I saw her with other families where kids and then the parents, and that they totally took your time with you. Then they had the drink station set up where I could go and I could have said, here's my bag. Can you please give me 6 Cokes? And they would have given me 6 Cokes. There was no issues with that. But I got some water. I got a hot chocolate.
Which could have added all to the value.
It all adds to the value.
Cokes, that's $30.
I'm telling you, that too. Or bottles of water. Because water.
We're not telling everybody to do their grocery shopping at the Skyline Terrace event.
No. You can't live for a week off this $90 meal. No. That is not going to happen. However, get your money's worth, right? There were no extra like snacky things in the evening, but there was the drinks. So that was good. So yeah, there's also a place like to plug in your phone and to charge your phone while you were there. So all good things. The only thing I will tell you though, if you are the Jane type of fireworks watcher,
I wouldn't be there, but yes.
If you need to see the projections and you want the whole immersive experience, this is not the place for you. If you are the Patty kind of fireworks watcher who really just kind of wants to like sit and chill and watch the fireworks and be entertained, but like I don't need to be in the story, I can sit back and hear the story and watch the story, then this may work for you. So it's the issue that I had were two issues. There's two levels of seating. One is right against the rail, and then one's a raised seating that's one row back. I was in that raised seating. I had zero issues at all with the raised seating, except that I noted that once the fireworks went off, I definitely was getting cut off. I wasn't seeing the full fireworks booms because the overhang of the building that I'm on under like hangs down in my view. I think if you are going to do this when you show up, request that you are on the rail or that you are in one of those chairs. I don't think there's a bad place along that whole railing. I think you would have gotten pretty much the same similar amount of firework view, except you would have gotten the full sky view, which I did not get. But I loved it. I heard good. It was Wondrous Journey. Is that what it's called?
Yes.
That's playing right now. Wondrous Journey is playing right now at Disneyland. I haven't seen this one before, so this was new to me.
It's for the Disney 100.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. It was good. The only thing that I will say that I really missed that I was like, oh, kind of craning my head, trying to see around a tree that was in the way, was Baymax flies. And I heard the song and I knew it was Baymax, and I knew that you can hear the crowd. Like, so I knew there was a reaction and there was something going on, but I couldn't see Baymax. So that's the pros and cons to this thing, is that I think for some people you may go, that's for me. This is what I want to do. I did like the availability to go back and forth and to know my spot was held for 3 hours. I didn't have to like sit on the street for 3 hours.
So this gives me a flashback to one of the Disneyland race weekends, and it was the last one of the 60th Disneyland celebration. And we raced on that Sunday, and it was the last showing of
Paint the Night.
It was Paint the Night and Disneyland Forever.
Yeah.
And they were both on that same weekend. And I absolutely love Disneyland Forever. It is my favorite fireworks show.
And Paint the Night is Bay.
Paint the Night is everything. And I came after the race and literally sat in a spot and for like hours, and everybody was like, are you going to move? And I was like, no. And like our other friends, they were like, here's a bag, we're gonna put stuff here, blah blah. And I like had a little table, and I was planted. I had my spot. Do not come near me. I want to be in all the spots with the things and the sites and whatever. This would have avoided that.
Yeah.
So
if you're not that person, get a friend that is that person. The day before, I didn't run the half marathon that year. I just did the 10K.
No, she cheered from
I did.
the Starbucks on this map.
It was literally full circle moment. Look how we wrapped that back around. But yeah, I didn't run it. Julia's husband, Steve, was the sitter. He plopped and sat and held Paint the Night. So the night before, I got the full front row, thanks to Big Steve, who totally hung out like half the day and kept my Paint the Night spot. And I just like was like squeezing in. Do you guys mind if I just sit right here? And Julia's like, yeah, girl. So it was good. So have friends, like make good friends who don't mind sitting if you don't want to sit. But if you don't want to sit, pay the $90.
Yeah, honestly, if they could, it sounds like if they could take this option and put it where I want it,
correct,
then I would probably pay more than $90 Disney.
Listen, if they put this like at the Jolly Holiday, like in those tables.
So yeah, I've sat at those tables at Jolly Holiday for fireworks before, and there's only like 2 good tables because the other ones they wind up. There's a couple of trees, and so if you're like certain tables, just you don't get the full view. Like it's not a bad
Plaza?
view.
Do you think Plaza would work?
Plaza definitely works. I have watched both Paint the Night and Disneyland Forever from Plaza. Yeah.
So
I don't know that every seat would work at Plaza, but there are some.
But so Disney, we love to give you free ideas. So
and money
and
for the ideas we have.
for the ideas, because we will pay if you implement them. So yeah, I agree with you. I think that would work out. And so I'm not opposed to paying for the experiences or whatever. I think just wanted to give you the rundown of the good, the bad, and the ugly. I did give some feedback to one of the leads that was running the show, and she was like, "This is good. This is good. Yeah, signs should be easy. We should be able to get a sign." I was like, "That's all I needed, was just to know that I was in the right place."
Is this new? Is this a new thing?
No, this has actually been. This has been. I don't know for how long, but the reason I know it's not new is because on the website it said if you book this package before May 4th, it's only $60. But if you book it after May 4th, it's going to be $89. Now, I think this is the difference.
Oh, yeah.
Is that they threw this in to like give you something, or give you a little more, or give you a little something, something. So I think that is the reason why, they changed that pricing. But yeah, it's been around for at least, I don't know, a year or something like that.
Okay.
It's been around for a little bit. But yeah, these are the highlights of what we have done so far.
Not really, because we're going to have a whole other one about our current highlight.
Oh, little man.
So,
Steven.
I'll show my friendship bracelets on the next one.
Oh, yeah. Come back for the friendship bracelets. Because, of course, didn't we open with Taylor Swift and now we're closing with Taylor Swift and her friendship bracelets?
We are. And the friendship bracelets.
Yeah. This has been the whole day.
So, if you want to win this, please come join our Facebook group. We'd love to give it to you. And that is No Guilt Disney on Facebook. Or you can email us at noguiltdisneypod@gmail.com with any of your questions or suggestions. Or if you want to talk about the Howard Johnson here, we're happy to do so.
As we're lovingly calling it, the HoJo, MoJo, Casa house.
We are calling it HoJo.
We are in our Barbie era right now. Okay, I'm in my Barbie era. I don't think she doesn't love Barbie.
I'm in my reputation era.
I'm in my Barbie era. So last night when I was walking home, I was like, I'm going to the HoJo, the HoJo MoJo Casa house. Yeah, the HoJo MoJo Casa house. Dream house. Your choice. Either way works. You can also call it the dream house.
And there's usually a part here where Teresa says something that I'm not really sure what the words are, but it ends with, because as Patty likes to say,
it is no fun to fangirl the MoJo the HoJo MoJo Casa house alone. Bye, y'all.
We're best.